Due to some ambitious credit card aficionados, people have dug into the source code on Bilt's website and they think that they've come up with what their three new cards are going to be. And there has been a lot of anticipation and a lot of anxiousness about what kind of program Bilt's going to become. I myself have wondered because I've enjoyed the Bilt card, haven't been able to use it to full potential, but because I have a mortgage, I was excited about what's coming. So today I'm going to talk to you about the different manifestations that seem to be on the horizon. We can't say for sure, but if they turn out to be what the leaked source code indicates, then I think it's going to be interesting. In fact, I'm going to say I'm very excited. In fact, it seems to be at least one of the cards far better than I ever would have imagined. So if you would hit the like and subscribe button, and let me tell you why. So I'm traveling for work in East Asia right now. So I'm outside of my studio. If you watch my channel, typically you'll notice that. But I had to get something out. I wanted to film this because this is big, big, big news in the credit card world, particularly if this turns out to be true. Now, of course, when they finally tell us on the 14th of January, 2026, it might not be what we think it is. In fact, there even were some other card structures that were dropped after the initial leak. So I don't know if that means that perhaps the first one is actually what it's going to be, or the second, or the third. Perhaps Bilt didn't like that it got leaked out there and people were getting some hint as to what it's going to be, kind of messing up their big reveal and big announcement, and they threw out some others to throw people off. I don't know. None of us do. But I'm going to go simply by the original leak. Now, in the original leak, they had a no annual fee card, and then they had a $95 annual fee card, and then they had their top level card. That $95 fee card, by the way, is called the, I think, Obsidian card. But then their top card, $495 a year, was called the Palladium card. Now, that's the one I want to talk about today because the others are absolutely not interesting to me at all. In fact, I just don't think I'd even care about them in any way, shape, or form. But that card, that may be the best card. If it follows the leak, if it's exactly what we hope and we think that it's going to be, then it may be the best card in my wallet. And I got some really good cards in my wallet. I mean, I have things like the old City Prestige, and I have the American Express Business Platinum. I have a Venture X. We have a City Strata Elite card. I mean, we have some big time cards, and I'm not sure that this might be the best card of them all when it finally comes out, if it follows the information in the leak. And let me tell you why. First of all, Bilt points are the most valuable points in all of the credit card game. They are incredible. You have the best hotel transfer partner in Hyatt, and a lot of people are going to be very excited about that. I'm not really a hotel points guy. We use them on occasion, but that's not how I'll use my points. Well, how I'm going to use them is they have some of the best transfer partners in airlines as well. They have Alaska Airlines, which is great for both international business class flights and also for domestic flights on American Airlines. You're going to get, I mean, the way I figure it, I'll easily be able to get between 6 and 7 cents a point on international flights. I've done that in the past. I continue to do that. I just flew here to Asia with a fantastic points redemption on Alaska Airlines of 75,000 points all the way across the Pacific Ocean in business class. So they are great for that. They're also fantastic for American Airlines domestic travel because they have a set award chart that goes down to as low as 4,500 points for a one-way American flight within the US. It goes up to 7,500 points based upon distance, and even all the way across the farthest, the highest their Saver award rate is 12,500 points, which that gets you between 2 and 4 cents per point on domestic flights, which is just unheard of. So Alaska is fantastic. They also have a one-to-one transfer agreement with JAL, Japan Airlines, which is very hard to get. You can also transfer from Capital One, but it's not one-to-one. So that is JAL they open up more award space for their members. I mean, it's a fantastic experience to fly to East Asia. It is just a great transfer partner that hardly anybody else has. And then they have a whole list of other ones. I mean, they have United, they have Southwest, they have just all the ones you typically would think of as being good transfer partners as well. So their points are super valuable. What I was hoping for with these new Bilt cards is in the initial press release, when they kind of gave some options and asked people to vote on it way back almost a year ago, one of the no annual fee cards was kind of presented as possibly having a 1.5x earning ratio on everything. And I was excited about that because if I could get 1.5x Bilt points, that would be my new catch-all card. That's better to me than 2x on the Venture card because, frankly, Venture miles aren't as valuable as Bilt points. So I was very excited about that possibility. Well, here they roll this out. Here we see these leaks, and if they are true, then I'm not going to go for the no annual fee card. I'm not going to go for that $95 Obsidian card. The no annual fee card just doesn't do much at all. I mean, it's just basically you're getting 1x on everything. I mean, it's a kind of a dog of a card. But the Obsidian's a little better. You can get 3x according to the leak on either dining or grocery, and the grocery be capped at $25,000 a year. So for some people, that's going to be really good, but we typically shop at Walmart, so that doesn't matter to us at all. And then that one has a few little credits. I mean, a couple hotel credits, $50 each, twice, you get that twice a year, and that would help to offset it. So basically, it's just slightly better, and I think intended to beat out the Chase Sapphire Preferred card. And so that's what they're trying to do, and I'm sure they'll get a lot of people to sign up for that. But boy, oh boy, for somebody like me, and I think for other people who are heavy into this game and have a lot of spend that they can put on credit cards, that Palladium card is just smoking. I mean, it's going to be, if it turns out to be what we think it's going to be, what the leak says, it's going to be amazing because I mean, it's got a $4.95 annual fee. I don't care about that. Big deal. I mean, I have a lot of annual fees. As long as I can get my money back through the credits, which I'm a credit spreadsheet warrior, I get most all of my credits back because I make sure throughout the year that I'm checking. I mean, every month I'm like, what credit could I use this month when I'm booking my stuff for the future? So I'll get it because they're giving, I think it's a $400 hotel credit through their portal. That's fine. I hope it's for a single night stay and not double night. I don't know what that'll be, but either way, I'll get the $400 back on that. They're giving Bilt Cash. Now, that's $200 a year. I think $100 the first half of the year, $100 the second half of the year. I'm not exactly sure. I don't think anybody exactly knows what Bilt Cash is going to be, but it seems to be like an additional currency you can spend in their portal. And this is the big kicker. And a lot of people are really dogging on this new system with Bilt. And I think it's folks that were heavy into Bilt before and probably were the ones who made it unprofitable for Wells Fargo. And why Wells Fargo dumped them? Because they were losing so much money. And that is people who were paying rent and paying that for free. And they don't like that they're now going to have to pay a 3% fee on every one of these cards to be able to pay their rent or now to pay their mortgage. And I get it. I get why people would be upset at that. I wasn't one of those people. And for me, each of these cards, because they're now going to, in addition to their multipliers, they're going to give 4% in Bilt Cash. Now, I don't know how valuable Bilt Cash will be. I've heard some say, well, it's going to be 1 cent per point, or maybe they'll nerf it to half a cent per point, whatever. It's still extra, and I would rather have transferable points, but hey, I'll take 4% extra on top of my earnings. Now, here's where it really gets crazy. That Palladium card at the top end for the $4.95 fee, its earnings are very simple. It's 2x Bilt points on everything. Remember, I was excited about 1.5x, and now they're potentially going to roll out a 2x on everything, plus 4% in their Bilt Cash. And people are going to respond and say, yeah, but you've got to use that Bilt Cash to pay the fee, to pay your rent and mortgage. That is not how I'm going to do it. I'm assuming that they're going to allow us to pay our rent or mortgage with any credit card and pay the 3% fee. If that's true, This card is going to be in my wallet. It's going to be my catch-all card. I'm going to use it and use it and use it. I'm going to get the 2x Bilt points, which to me are worth, I don't know, conservatively 4 to 5 cents a piece each. And I'm going to get 4% back extra on top of that. That's the best earning card in the world. I mean, it's amazing. And people say, yeah, but how are you going to pay your rent or mortgage? I'm not. Let me tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to take my new card, whatever it may be at the time, that I'm working on a welcome bonus on, and I'm going to, because welcome bonus cards, you're earning 11 to 25 cents per point during the welcome bonus time, and I'm going to pay my mortgage with that card and just pay the 3% fee to knock out my sign-up bonus so that my regular spend can go on that card and just earn me so many Bilt points. And then all of this Bilt Cash in addition, I don't know what I'll use it for, but I'll figure something out. It's just amazing. I think it's going to be the greatest thing since sliced bread. I mean, it's going to be awesome. And so I'm very, very, very excited for that Palladium card. If, and this is a big caveat, it's a big if it turns out to be what the leak in the source code kind of indicates that it might be. Let me know what you think down below. As I said, I know this is a different take. I know a lot of people are saying, I've seen headlines that Bilt has ruined their program. Bilt has destroyed everything they're doing. Well, they clearly are trying to transition to something different. But for those of us who maybe have some high spend to put on cards, who really, really value those Bilt points, and who aren't reliant upon getting all those points from our rent or mortgage, the mortgage is just going to give me a gateway to be able to get my bonuses on other cards while getting valuable Bilt points through my spend that I used to have to use on those other cards to meet the sign-up bonuses. Do you understand how that could work? It's just going to be fantastic, I think. So we'll see. It could be that they don't allow you to use other cards. That might be true, but I do have Alaska cards, so they have allowed Alaska to do that in the past, so I might end up doing that. I don't know for sure. We don't know how any of this is for sure going to play out. But if it plays out the way that it seems like it might, and I suspect that it will, oh man, on the 14th, I'm going to sign up right away. Palladium card. I might even get a sign-up bonus. I'm not sure if you're getting that when you transition over or if you would have to transition and then apply for another one to get it. Don't know any of those details. And some of the others in the space who kind of dig into it more, they might have more of that information. But I can tell you this, I'm very excited. Let me know what you think in the comments down below. And tell me if you agree. Tell me if you disagree. It can be something special. So please hit the like and subscribe button. Thanks for being here and joining me in my makeshift studio here as I'm traveling overseas. I appreciate every single one of you, and I will see you here next time.